well. So I think that's just something that investors, they get so excited, and I don't blame them. I mean, that move on Ripple was incredible. Although, to be honest, I thought it would go more, maybe because it wasn't a full win and there's the appeal process. But for me, it's still this kind of pseudo gray now with maybe a little bit more clarity, but not enough to really release the Kraken, as they say,
Yeah, well, I think the thing, first of all, I will say that the news is likely long-term bullish for crypto,
Right.
like long-term. But I think what we always have to remind ourselves is that they are still very illiquid investments. They are still high risk. It doesn't mean that they can't struggle for a while longer, especially as the Fed continues the tightening cycle. We've seen similar moves by XRP, actually. I mean, when XRP moves, I'll give to give XRP credit, it likes to not do anything for a long time, and then when it moves quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, there was actually a rally over here in 2018 where it went up like 100% in a week, and here in 2017 where it went up 200% in a week, and 2021 like 100% in a week. And these moves are few and far between for XRP. When it moves quite quickly. But what's interesting is how, I mean, XRP hasn't really retraced that move much at all, but a lot of the altcoins kind of already retraced more or less back to where they were, if I'm not mistaken. What are you looking at with the altcoins here?
Yeah, so and this brings up a really good point, right? So I remember a couple weeks ago talking to you about how even though I believed that Bitcoin dominance was ultimately going to head higher, there was opportunities for kind of a snapback on some of the altcoins. And so for instance, I had members at Verified Investing Crypto. We were long Cardano with this beautiful little wedge, and then as it popped into this area, that's where we started to unload, right? So it's the swing trade ability to kind of just be in and be out and understand the bigger macro picture. But you can see what's happened. I mean, Cardano's come right back in. Now, interestingly enough, what this does for me, at least, is this potentially brings up a opportunity here. And I'm just looking for some chart things here. Like, so for me, this now becomes, let me do it again here. This becomes support right here, right? So you have this trend line and this trend line, which were this was former resistance. When resistance breaks, it now becomes support. And so for me, and this is again strictly on a swing trade basis, I would potentially be interested in unloading or excuse me, buying Cardano again back at around 29 cents, give or take. And the same thing for Matic, right? I mean, these things were quick poppers. Now it's retracing. So now you have some opportunities on the way back down where you can play. But again, I think it's important to just caveat this for everyone watching that we're not talking, at least I'm not talking about long-term holds. These are in, make 10%, 15%, be out of the type of trading opportunities.